We're back, we're live, and today I can tell everyone, and this live, we won't be counting how many players are in a league. I can guarantee you that much, okay? We'll be talking about competitive matches and what it means for a region, okay? JD, I don't know how many Colombians are in the JPL or are in the Canadian Premier League, but I will tell you this, we're talking Nations League, and we will not be counting and using metrics. And for a reminder, guys, the Olympics ended in the sometime in the summer, so no gymnastics to making points, please and thank you. I'd appreciate that because the shadow is too much. I don't know what I witnessed for 3 hours, but I'm JD. Welcome home. Welcome to a cool evening stream. You know, you have your hat on, you're relaxed. I know there's a warm beverage for you somewhere there. Enjoy the evening, JD.
I have my big jug here,
Hey, okay.
Yes, as what JD's dog would say, it's a safe space. So we're gonna have a chop up today and have a nice one. I do appreciate these streams. Much more relaxing and it's much more broad based, so we can actually cover points and So we have a lot today. Yes. So
We
guys,
do.
please do smash the like button, share, and definitely come over here and support what we're trying to do here because I don't think I know you will learn a lot of things. So keep on supporting it, keep on giving us your feedback. All right. So once this video finishes, any one of the topics, then please do drop a comments under the video so we can get your reaction, so we can improve on certain areas. Yes.
Indeed.
But I'm good. I'm good, Africans.
Yeah.
I'm good. Today was a rough day for me, like not today, but the last 2 days because I had to get something prepared for evaluator to come and check. So I had to do a serious amount of things. When you know how serious it is, normally my steps are between 8 and 12,000. I had like 27,000 in total steps yesterday, and I was not walking for 50 miles. I was literally around just a yard doing incredible stuff in 24 hours. Believe me, yesterday, man, when I told you that Africans gonna put the kid to bed, believe me, I was the one that went to bed, and I don't know what the kid did, but I saw her in the morning, so I guess she's still alive,
And those days you're watching in a week, JD, you're watching be like, I don't know what you did last week Thursday, but you should do that again. And we're like, no, we don't want that. No, but thank you. Thank you for thinking of me, smartwatch. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
So I appreciate these times with the kids because remember they don't stay young for too early, for too long. So you have to appreciate those moments. So I'm just trying to live life, But today you catch me at a wrong time, I've learned a lot. And maybe I've given up. Maybe I've officially given up. Yeah, but we're here. We have had the new challenges, so that we deal with the new challenges,
I will say this isn't in our topics of conversation, but I'd like to let everyone know. Yes, I got everything wrong with the U20s. The women's under 20s. I was not right anywhere. I looked. I was like, "Ooh, what type of final are we gonna have here?" No. We're just getting the Asia final again. Japan versus the North Koreans, and I had that not on my sheet. Not on my sheets. I didn't
I
have that
never
at
had
all.
it either. But I had maybe two of the teams because I said that the Colombia Netherlands was a I wanted to give Colombia the preference because you were killing me with the Caicedo, and next time I'm just gonna go for what I wanted. And then I had United States progressing, so both of them did went on to the semifinals. But
Mm.
as you know, the Chinese, not Chinese, but the Japanese and the Koreans showcase that if you are not the Spains, once they do get Spain out of the way, and no one else ain't stopping them. All right, and they have gone to do the same. Yeah.
I will say, like the second North Korea beat Brazil, I was like, this is not ending well for me. I've emotionally accepted it's not ending well for me. And then Japan got past Spain. I was like, well, 0 for 2. No one is going to win anything here. And then USA, I'm sorry, that USA Germany game, JD,
Mm-hmm.
we went to bed thinking, okay, it's additional time. USA, you tried. It's okay. Germany has this. You go to bed, you wake up. What do you mean they won in penalties? That would mean they scored. They did. They did score. The Dudley and friends said we are not going home until we play for something, and sent the Germans home. And then I was like, well, I have no dreams. Everything is just done. And then the Dutch beating the Colombians was just, well, I mean, there go the big crowds. I needed big crowds for this event, but yeah, that final will be interesting to kind of take a look at. But as the title does suggest, guys, we are going to be talking about Nations League and things that happened in the Concacaf region over the last window on the men's side. I haven't had the opportunity to talk about. I know JD, you've talked a little bit about some of the games that happened. Jamaica had
Yeah.
uh, they had a positive window. Um, I will say that a positive window, definitely points left on the pitch, but definitely some improvements in terms of just style of play and what they were trying to achieve. But overall, we just want to take a look at everything that is and that was that. And in order to do that, we have to start off with what happened in Nations League, League A, because that's what pertains to Canada here. That's what pertains to Jamaica and what happens for Nations League quarterfinals. But before we get into that, guys, Chris Cornif, thank you for being here. We do appreciate having you here. Omar Fowlin, we do appreciate you coming here. Sebastian, always one of the first to like. I appreciate the consistency. You're always there. I thank you. I thank you all. But let's take a look at the CONCACAF Nations League. As it stands now, the standings are you have in Group A, Costa Rica up top with 4 points, with Guatemala, Suriname with 3 points, along with Guadeloupe, and then Guyana and Martinique with a draw each, and leaving them with 1 point. In Group B of Group A, you have Jamaica up with 4, Nicaragua with 4, Honduras with 3, Cuba with 2, and
Yeah.
then China and Trinidad and Tobago
Ooh.
1. It will be interesting. I look forward to it. I love it. But as the standings sit here, JD, we will get to Jamaica in a minute here. But just looking at where the standings are, is there anything that is surprising you based off of where the teams are versus what you expected them to be walking into this Nations League window and the cycle for CONCACAF?
I would say only Suriname surprised me. I
Hmm.
knew that it would have been difficult in Guadeloupe, but I would say that I expected the challenges coming in from Guadeloupe, but I expected Suriname to ride them, and I don't think Suriname was far better than Guadeloupe or even better than Guadeloupe at all.
Hmm.
Obviously, the pitch had a very big part to play in that one. But at the same time, I still expected slightly better for them because once the squad improve, I have no patience. I want to see something. I saw what I needed him because Messian showcased that they might find a winger already to accompany Charles Rebecca, or maybe just go with Kirk, Charles Rebecca, and Messian as the three wingers slash strikers. And believe me, they would have had one of the elite front threes in the CONCACAF region. So I see good things and bad things. So but I would class it as slightly of a disappointment because I wanted to see more from them. Costa Rica, Guatemala. We expected that to be a tough battle, and I expected Suriname to be around amongst the top. But I thought that they should have met the top already before the Costa Rica game. So the next window will be exciting. And so I Group League A, I am loving it. Guadeloupe, Martinique, everybody in this team in this group is good. Everybody in this group is good. I actually think this is a better group than the Jamaica group. I actually think so. Yes, it's better because Suriname, Guatemala, Costa Rica can beat Jamaica, and it's not a straight victory over them. Costa Rica is a favorite over Jamaica today. Guatemala, based on performance, it's a 50-50 game. Suriname, it's slightly maybe a 40-60 to Jamaica based on the forwards that they have. But if Suriname control possession, you never may know, it might turn into a Honduras type game. And Guadeloupe, the last time we played Guadeloupe, also has a problem. All right. Martinique can cause Jamaica also as a problem because they move the ball very well, even better than Cuba and those teams. All right. And Guyana is like an upgraded Dominica. So that could cause us problem right there. So I want to say that every damn team in this is a better half than the one that we have. One that we have right there. Jamaica, League B now. I thought that I was impressed with Jamaica. I was impressed, especially the Cuba game. I know that we never won it, but obviously that's not how football analyzed because it is repetition until the repetition starts to overflow, and that's when the continuous
Mm.
results comes out. But obviously, you know that that's not how it works in the Jamaica space. You know, you have to score 50 goals on the first day, and then everything is all right. But I am pleased with what the progression that I'm seeing. I'm seeing people playing transitional football period. So that means they're holding on to the ball a lot longer, making better decisions, and they are getting much more cohesive. So I like what I saw there. I do see some threats because at this point I know that Jamaica is a young team. Under Steve McLaren now, they are really growing into themselves. Nicaragua will be a tough travel. Nicaragua will be a tough travel, and Honduras clearly proved that I, I if we are going with this approach, we are trying to reach the level of Honduras playing style with our quality.
Hmm.
That's what we're trying to do, you know. That's the only way Jamaica can be the dominant force, you know. We have to can move the ball like Honduras, press teams like Honduras, and have that level of stamina like Honduras in this region with the quality that we have. That's the only way we can compete with USA and Mexico at this point. But I saw a good start, but it's still a tough group. It's still a tough set of matches Jamaica because they have Nicaragua and Honduras, and I think both of them will be challenging times because both of them the style of play is the kryptonite for Jamaica style. You
Mhm.
know, Jamaica natural style, even though we are trying to change it. So I think League A is better based on what I saw, and I am impressed with Jamaica 2 games.
Okay. I think I get the assessment there. I think looking at like a League A and a League B, I think there are more teams I expected more out of. I think in both
Hmm.
leagues, I think I expected more of a jump from Guyana. I expected more of a consistency with Trinidad and Tobago. Um, Cuba, I was hoping for maybe more than two draws, but that's two draws isn't bad for Cuba, especially
Yes,
based off the
yes,
competition that they're playing. But I think for me, Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago in Group A and Group B, respectively, I walked into this expecting more from them based off of how
yeah.
their last Nations League was. Guyana moved up a league, and then Trinidad and Tobago had the two results against I don't think it's fair to put caveats on every result, but now I have to almost look at every result that you have against the U.S. and say, yeah, but I mean, the team and the manager and just like excuses, but you still got those results. And so for me, I think I expected Trinidad to at least be pushing more middle of the pack here. Like if to put the comparison, I expected Trinidad to be say like in Group A where like a Guadeloupe or a Suriname would be, right? Getting a win, pushing, kind of seeing where they are, and to see them sitting in last in the group is a little disappointing for me. I thought they were in a place to move forward, but maybe that's just the state of their football. If anyone from Trinidad wants to give me that commentary, if that's where it is, feel free to let me know. But
Based on my research, it's a combination of both. They're trying to
mhm,
get their football up and running, but remember, if you're trying to get your football up and running, you're gonna start from where it was.
mhm,
You understand me? Or even a little bit older. So I think they still have some of the older players, and they're trying to bring through some of the younger players. And obviously, it's going to take a while to gel. But I think they look decent. We have to just give more respect to Honduras, Nicaragua, and Cuba. French Guyana looks solid just the same. So I just think that these teams are just trouble. You saw that Cuba. We keep talking about oh great Jamaica look against Cuba. We remember, Andre Blake should have been sent off. It's a bad call from the officiating. He should have been sent off, and it was a penalty. I don't think Jamaica beat a 10-man Cuba. I don't think so. Because the way they move the ball with 11 players, when they're ready to take the calculated risk, I don't think we beat them. So if we truly break down the game, watch it more than once, um, I want to say let we give respect to Cuba, and let we give respect to Jamaica to take advantage of the card. You understand me? And advantage of their system. But it was a good tactical battle because I
Yeah.
watched the game even again. So I want to say that at this point, we have seen a lot more improvement in Cuba because when Trinidad had problems, Cuba excelling, trying to put players in the Gold Cups and trying to do more games. They are trying to build something. So I think that point that Cuba Trinidad lock dropped out, Cuba took advantage of it at all levels, and now they can get more U20 players coming through. Whilst Trinidad have to send players to Jamaica, the Averys and those guys to Jamaica, to come and play to see if they can keep them up to date until their league could have started. So they dropped off a little, but I think it's based off Cuba improving and finding the right ways.
I have a Jamaica question for you stylistically here, right?
Hmm.
Because there are some things that we've liked from what they've done in terms of, I mean, the possession for a Jamaica team in a game. I mean, it's what are they in League B, or are they in League B in Concacaf Nations League? You don't see that at best level for them. Based off the style, are you, and anyone from Jamaica, guys, let me know as well in the comments. Are you guys enjoying what this system, what this pattern of play is going to be based off what you've seen here? Are there still things missing from there? And this is going to be a bit of a loaded question, JD, so I do apologize. And then, like for me, the question that I will continue to ask until the trumpet sounds. Are the words CDM banned in Jamaica? Do they just not believe in a holding midfielder, or are they close to the final solution now, you think, than they were before? The patterns of play, the systems, the flow for Jamaica, have you liked what you've seen in these last two games, building and moving forward?
All right, that's a good one. That's a broad base. A lot of questions asked there. Let me attack the first one. The first one is: Are we? Is it that CDM is banned in our country? Um, I think that what one of the let me go back in history. In history, we have never really developed these generational midfielders. You heard
Mm,
about the Topper Whitmores, the Peter Cargills, the Mr. Man, even though he plays out wide a little bit. Dada, that's Kemar Daly.
yeah.
I'm just going through a few of the midfielders them that people raved about. You had one from midfield, German U. I don't think in the history of our time we have combined strength with smarts. Not that's not disrespect. It's
Okay.
just you have to learn football. You don't just get up and have this. You get me? So I've never seen Jamaica um, created a player that controls a game
Mm,
on a high level. I'm not talking in Jamaica level football. I've seen it in Jamaica because Jeremy and you did so. You understand me? But I've never seen a midfielder created in Jamaica control a game ever in my life, like ever outside Jamaica. I've never seen it. So I just believe that it's the football education. Um, that it's a football education stalling that.
mm,
And until then, that's when I think more CDMs will start to come through. All right. Because now you're going to have a Kevin Lambert with way more vision because he
mm,
has way more education from an earlier age. We never had that opportunity at no time. It's nowhere. opening up the education in the coaching department. So now a 6-year-old can know what a CDM does. It took Peter Cargill from way back to go to places like I think it was Jerusalem or something he was playing with to come back to Jamaica as a Jamaican born. You get me? So that's from 1998. Look how long that is. And I'm saying we have never produced that. It does not exist. It only exists in our minds because we are always playing against ourselves and then hype up ourselves. We never actually play against true competition. So we never saw a midfielder goes to no MLS and be the biggest midfielder. I've never seen that, and I don't think it exists. Tapa Whitmore scored 2 goals at World Cup, and they said it's the best midfielder. No, hear people saying Anthony Grant might be the best midfielder ever played for Jamaica, the best CDM type midfielder, and Rudolph Austin, some would say. But I still believe that Anthony Grant was better than Rudolph Austin. He just looks much more like he knows the game a lot more. Rudolph Austin had more legs when he was playing for Jamaica, but that's all he had, more legs. Andy Williams did dominate the MLS a little. Andy Williams was solid. Andy Williams is a Canadian brother. Andy Williams is not Jamaican born. You understand me? So that's what I'm saying, you know. But maybe he would be the closest because he grew up in Jamaica. So
Yes.
maybe you would say he would be the closest. But imagine that over 1 billion years, and we're only talking about one player, and he was still not born in Jamaica. So I think it's football education is the biggest problem going forward. And acceptance. Let me talk about acceptance a little bit because this is going to sound a little bit preachy. We don't have it, but we seems to. Yes, but can you stop type? Can you stop type? Can you stop type too fast or too slow? Because I had said what you just said right there. So
You
relax
did.
yourself. Relax yourself, my brother.
Get to the point,
Truman.
JD.
So let me move to the acceptance. Oh, as what you saw today, you witness it in real life. Our ego is maybe one of our biggest downfall. So now because we can't accept that we are not educated enough in football. No, the people at the top accept it. So big up to Mr. Speed, big up to the JFF because they accept that we are not good enough because we are not educated enough. They are trying to enforce that. But you have the Duns fraction in Jamaica. That's how it is. We have to speak as it is because I need it to stop. You have the Duns fraction that draws everybody that's Duns and say that they can achieve everything being Duns. So they are choosing not to have education and they are leading a lot of people astray. And then you have the fraction that is way more educated, trying to help the football to become educated. And because the Duns fraction is so much in football, yeah, because majority of the Duns fraction have always come from, sadly, where I'm from, more the poorer class. All right. So based off that now, majority of the people in and around Jamaica football is always around the poorer class. So they are the ones pushing back because they're saying that if you bring in certain rules, remember this should be about the kids, Africans, but they don't care about the kids. What they're pretty much saying is F them kids. They don't care about them. That's what they're pretty much saying, and pretending. They're pretending. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you how selfish they are. Because now they brought in a rule to say that league, you have to have a license, not lease. And we're going to be as lenient as possible on it for the next few years. They are pushing it back to say that the men's that won the Manning Cup and the DaCosta Cup did not have any license. So what that says for the other guys then that had license. So they are pretty much saying that, oh, but the Duns man defeated the man that are educated. So once it goes down that realm, they are showing you that they don't care about the kids. They are just all for themselves. They want to get in positions. And that is a problem. And with that said, no, they are the same ones them that don't want any overseas imports. So that's the reason. So that's the death of the CDM for us because they don't want overseas import and they are not using education to create anything. So that is where the death of the CDM comes from. As you said about the system, if we like the system, over the Cuba game, we had 70% possession. That's the best Jamaica ever played. maybe pretty much ever. Like pretty much dominate a game. The only games I saw will looked like that was back in the days in the Caribbean Cup, back
Hmm.
in the 100th century when we were playing some Caribbean teams, and we look like we are doing with Scarlett them and those guys, some long
Hmm.
time guys playing for
Yeah.
Harborview and them stuff there. Yes, so that's when we look like we with this now. But you can see that it's purposeful. You can see that it's purposeful. You can see that they know what they are doing because you turn the TV on, you saw Coventry playing, now whole playing, you saw KC Power doing the same thing. Latibody are doing the same thing. You know that they know what they are doing. So
Mhm.
it's the first time I saw a collective sum, aside from Schaefer's, looks like they know what they're doing on the field. It just looks like, yeah, these are professional footballers. And oh, ironic, all of them on the field was professional footballers. You know, they just never got it done on the day. So I heard some people saying, that, I like the passing and stuff. It looks nice, but a goal we want, you
Mhm.
know, and it kind of sent me the wrong way because I don't understand what kind of goal you want. We have to remember what are you know what we need to beat Cuba, Africans, but we not for qualify for the World Cup. Which one you would rather?
I don't like you when you do that. I'm joking, but like I think there's a point to the goal thing where I will push back a little bit on the style, but then in pushing back, I will say like the chances Jamaica missed against Cuba. I mean, that you can't say that was
Thank you.
passing thing, right? Like I watched that game, like I rewatched it. It was like yes, they passed it, was amazing, but the misses that they're creating
But they are
were
creating Africans. They have not created no such chances against Dominica. They never.
mhm,
People said they did. No, it's not true. The rate that they were repeating it over and over, it was not the same. That's why Dominica came back in the game. Dominica was always in the game. Dominica missed 2 goals in the first 30 minutes against
mhm,
Jamaica. Empty goals. People, empty, nobody in the goal. The keeper came out and for some reason he carved him up and he never had a person in the goal, but he couldn't control the ball. That's what happened against Dominica. You had a much more control game and repetition. So what I'm saying, Africans, yes, they missed, but remember they used to playing everything like it's David against Goliath, even if it's Dominica. So it comes as a like surprise. Damn, we
mhm.
never know that we were this good. That's why we need a repetition. You understand me? So
Yeah,
I thought that they were brilliant. They were brilliant in the day, and at least keep on dominating the smaller teams them so you don't have any hiccups. That's what Mexico
mhm,
does. That's what Canada does. That's what United States does until they have to play them on their own patch. Then they can't play football for some reason. Yeah, but because it's very difficult to play at these locations. So I know you want people can say that they don't score, but believe me, if you can repeat these performances, you're going to World Cup. So people need to stop this madness and stop talking about, oh, I need some goal, brother. Football don't make overnight. You're just seeing a
mhm.
team build in front of your face. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing something develop in front of your face because they don't have any time. Africans, it's not like they had the players from 2 years and they had the coach from 2 years. They
Yeah.
have it now and they have to do it in front of your face. You understand me? It's 2.5 coaching sessions and they passed the most ball they ever passed in their entire damn life. So
No, it's
what
true.
that tells you?
No, that's true. That is true, and I think I almost want to ask you a this or that type of a question. And
Mhm.
I know I always point out like a CDM because that to me is the biggest thing, and that's been the biggest piece of contention I've seen. Like watching your stream and kind of looking at some of the Jamaican forums
Mhm.
at this point
Mhm.
to remind everyone of the African job. Yes, I am Ghanaian, guys, but Ghana's giving me nothing right now. So let's find a pitch first before I get back to Ghana. But is if you have to choose right now based off how this style is looking, is it a solid and if you can get this type of player, and I'm gonna focus in on the midfield because I don't think on the wings. I know there's lots. I know Drew Ross said Mason Greenwood and stuff, and whether that happens, I don't think he is necessarily unneeded. But like I think in terms of unlocking the team, would you rather have for you a solid CDM or a solid
Ooh.
box to box to
Okay.
really put it together? Because to me, I used to be give based off how the team would play. I would say give you guys a CDM, and then that can maybe spring you guys a little bit going. But then your CDM options were bad. But for me, give Jamaica a solid box to box. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not even saying a world class. Just a give me a MLS dominant, world level, decent box to box midfielder based off of the talent around. I think that unlocks Jamaica um, a lot
Uh,
a lot faster based off
I
of
think that
what we
what we
saw.
want, I think based on what we want, I box to box would be good, but I think Kara Anderson could develop into that box to box that
Mm,
we want. Um, I think a CDM similar to what Grant did before
mm,
would be even more needed than Mesa Greenwood.
mhm.
If I'm getting a CDM now, a CDM that can progress the ball. Um, At this point, I would take a CDM over Macy Greenwood. Sounds mad, but I have Damari Gray and Leon Bailey. No.
Mhm.
So the CDM would be needed more than Macy Greenwood. No, but obviously I am not turning away Macy Greenwood. I'm not a madman. I'm just saying what is needed in the team.
Mhm.
Clearly, a CDM is needed more than Macy Greenwood. But Macy Greenwood comes, you have to take him Africans. I don't really care about nothing else. I will take him
Yeah.
and then said I still want the CDM. You understand me? Yes,
Yeah.
but yes, I think a CDM is needed more than anything else because if you look, we have John Russell, we have Anderson, and I think it's a CDM, not really. The CDM is hindering the exposure of the actual midfielders and that we have. Because we have box to box, but because they have to be KC Palmer in Jamaica team becomes
Mm.
a box to box player. That's what he does,
Okay.
in Jamaica team in the second game against Honduras. Once we have three in midfield, he can't be an attacking present. He has to become a defensive box to box type player. But Casey Palmer is a central forward and a cam. That's his two roles, central forward and cam. But in Jamaica team, he is a box to box and a stringent player as a right midfielder.
Okay.
No, a right central. So he never goes into his attacking midfielder role. So he gets a little blight in the Cuba game, and he could have expressed himself. He never actually plays his true position one
Yeah.
damn time for Jamaica. You understand
Eh,
me? So
yeah.
it's a sole CDM we're missing. It's a soul CDM we are missing um
Mm.
for the job to expose others. All right,
Mhm.
man say I'm making a position. I have not said anything. All positions are clear, you know.
Hi, Jason. Good to see you
All
too.
right.
No, I like that. And then one last thing on Jamaica before we go to like next matchups and things is what do you think, based off the talent that they're taking, is the best formation for them? Because I'm a bit curious to see what your answer is based off the two games, but also factoring in the pool, right? You didn't have Bailey for this round.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you'll have him for the next round because I think he'll still be hurt, but that is something I'm used to. And then just based off the talent that is available to you, what's the optimal starting 11 position, like formation, not positions and players, but formation wise, to really get the best out of what McLaren is trying to build, you feel?
For me, I would still say it would be the 4-2 because at this point we don't have a direct CDM. We only have a deeper
Mhm.
line, box to box player. You never use the box to box. That's the
Okay.
function that we have. It doesn't matter what Nosage want to say. That's the function. And if he thinks I'm making up formation positions, man, stop disrespect my intelligence when it comes on to football. All right, that's what I'm going to tell you. You. All right, yeah. So I think a 4-2, 3-1 system is still the best option. It is
Mhm.
still the best option because we don't have that natural CDM. If we had the Anthony Grant with some new legs, like a 20-year-old legs, it would have worked.
Mm.
That sounds away. I'm very sorry. P. Diddy, that don't sound right.
Look, there will be no talking
Yeah.
of baby oil or Diddy or diddlers or nothing. Okay. We're cutting that off now. We're
No,
cutting it off.
take that person we're talking about here. I'm just trying to say, yeah, a younger Anthony Grant, and we could have explored the 4-3-3 natural against any team. You understand me?
Mhm.
But for now, I think we can't let go that chain against any quality team. We just saw it against Honduras. We couldn't come out of that double pivot. It just does not work. All right, it just does not work. You get me? Yes, so we have to stick with that. So a 4-2-3-1 system,
Okay.
and we're gonna work with the best one. So a Bobby Reed, maybe if he can't play Cam, he has to go on the bench, you know?
Okay.
Liam Bailey comes back in, or Liam Bailey goes on the bench, which nobody will accept that. Damari Green goes on the bench, nobody will accept that. You understand me? Yes, and Macy Green goes on the bench. I don't even know what I can't pick a team after that, you know? Because
I all I will say is someone's gonna have to come off the bench, and I think that to welcome people in the team, you that people who've been there before should be willing to give the new kids or the new people a shot. And if it works, great. If not, I'm available at 45. Let's let me remind. I think that should be the mentality, but I am nowhere near that, so we'll leave that as it is. Go through some of these comps before you start looking at matchups coming
yeah.
up. So Drew Ross was typing up a storm. Feel free to scroll back up, guys, and see if you want to see
Yeah,
what he was
man.
saying.
He's
Um,
just fighting for no reason. I'm not even paying him any mind. You know, he out here
Parky eight
fighting.
seven six says the team's looking good with the new coach. Real talk. Well, I'm glad that they do. JD's dog said he saw people at a game. Good for you. Um, Drew Ross wants to put wants. I call Mikel Antonio the. Jokingly, I call him the Alfonso Davies prototype because Antonio played everywhere before they said, you know what, let's make him this, and it was there. But no, don't make him play CDM, and then you'll tell him he can be a center back too. And then when Andre Blake gets hurt, you'll say he has good hands. Put him in the goal. Let the man play a position. Just let the man play a position. All right. Christmas says DJ playing now should he be called up? DJ, I'm assuming you mean Daniel Johnson
Yes, yes,
playing
yes.
there.
Yes, of course. Once Daniel Johnson playing, he's one of the progressors of the ball. You know, I've heard people keep on talking about Maggie. I don't think Maggie is 15% as good as Daniel Johnson, and I'm putting a percentage on it. When I hear some of these people talk, I'm wondering. I don't think they actually know levels to football. Like it's just depressing. Like, what the brother Daniel Johnson is better than Maggie by 1,000 miles and 1,000 miles more. Period.
And I don't think you necessarily need a McGee here because you have enough players who can play. Because McGee is a 10, maybe a winger
Africans,
if you're going to
you
use
don't
him.
know the baby aisle.
No, no.
Maggie gives out 1,000 baby aisle in Jamaica.
Listen, I don't know who sponsors Manning Cup and the Costa Cup, but I thought it was KFC, not Johnson and Johnston. Okay, so
Maggie gave out 1,000
whoever
baby
is
aisle to
whoever
the
is
to the Maggie cult. Brother,
whoever
they just talk a bag of foolishness.
JD, in their defense, the church was started on your channel, so you can't now claim they're a cult when the church was started on your channel. Okay, no, don't be like, oh, it's the cult. There was a McGee church, there was an Anthony Grant's church, there was a Daniel Johnson church, there was the house of that Ravel built. Don't disown your infrastructure, JD.
Yes, yes, but
We
I'm
saw it
just
there.
I'm just telling people that if there is no team and no sensible person, all right, and I can say that clear, no sensible person pick it Maggie over Daniel Johnson. Worst off, if Daniel Johnson was one of the players needed in this system against Cuba, somebody else to help unlock the play, just like what we saw KC Palmer doing, and somebody to help advance KC Palmer up the pitch when and push Bobby Reed wider, and never to bring on Campbell at the time. That's what we wanted, and we never had that player. All right, JD shine like Diddy. What? I
I
have
don't.
no shine. I am very, very normal. Nothing like that lie you guys telling on me.
Entertainment is no longer safe for YouTube. Let me tell you at this point.
Chidi, do you
But
still want me to order you the PD the CD? PD didn't need him own CD at this point.
He's a correctional officer, is what he. But that's
Oh,
besides the point. Um, let's
let me
go
stay.
to
Let me
let's
stay
go
at
to the
football.
next window of games. October 10th is when they're starting up, and these will be interesting to kind of take a look in terms of what's going on. So you have French Guyana, Honduras, Cuba, Trinidad, Tobago, Bonaire. The other teams. Thank you for playing. Nicaragua versus Jamaica. I am curious with
Ooh,
that matchup
let me see Jamaica, Nicaragua versus Jamaica.
because Nicaragua is, and with all, and I say this with all due respect for a player like or a team like Honduras, Nicaragua stylistically are going to be similar to them. I don't think they have the same talent that they do have,
No, they
but
don't.
they don't. And I think I was
But
going to say a poor man's
their
Honduras.
location that they're playing, how important that is. No, we are not talking about Maggie. We just made our statement clear what we think
Yeah.
about it. So before people brought his name, I've already answered. You know? Yes.
Mhm. But like I think the Nicaragua game for Jamaica as an outsider, and I'm saying I see what you did against Honduras. You
Mm-hmm.
bunkered, you countered, you got goals. Now,
Mm-hmm.
in a sense, you can do the same thing against Nicaragua, but maybe have more of the possession. I think selfishly, I'd want them as an outsider. I'd say I'd want them to have more of a Cuba game than without then have a Honduras game. I think they should be. I would love to see them really put a stamp on the game. And look, I've said this multiple times for Jamaica. I would love them to have a game where they walk somewhere and say, "Hey guys, guess what? 3-0. That's the minimum we're giving you. We're giving you three minimum."
And it's going to be a game that we missed a lot of chances and we look comfortable and you still get 3-0.
Hmm.
Yes, I'm still waiting for that game, but I thought that that game would have come, could have came maybe 4 to 5 games in. You know that
Yeah, and that's
yeah,
fair.
I know that all right. That's why people eat when I talk about Suriname, but Suriname is the closest comparison to Jamaica. Jamaica was not a elite team in our region by talent wise. It was based off our talent being our region being poor, why we were
Okay.
ranked so high. But we automatically get the quality of players to be more competitive to the top tier. So we just get the quality overnight to become classed a top tier team. So we never had that consistency and that overall repetition as a
Hmm.
team over the years. Look at United States built their team over the year, Mexico built their team over the year. We never had that opportunity. We just have the same quality of talents based off just we getting the players from England. You understand me? So it's hard for you to. I know that the expectations is there because of the player quality, but sometimes repetition needed. You clearly saw it with Suriname, and that's why I've always compared Suriname to Jamaica because they're getting players and they're coming from not a more respected place. Obviously, Jamaica is coming from a higher level than Suriname, but it's the same little thing there, you know?
No, and
Yeah,
I get I
I've
get
never gone to a Suriname conversation, Africans. That don't you clearly heard that, don't you, Africans? I would just use a
I
comparison,
get the
you know?
yeah, I get the
Yeah.
comparison, and with both points out, my view of it is always the same thing of now results, right? And this is if Jamaica can have more of these types of results where their flow is good, where the system looks nice, but for me, at the real evaluation will be can you? I am the consistency person, right? I need to see you now consistently getting those results, right? I need to see them, and that's my standard on Suriname in terms of how they have taken a step. They haven't taken a
Mm-hmm,
leap. They've taken a step. There's a
mm-hmm.
difference. And for Jamaica, they're moving in the right direction. I like what I've seen for what they've done, but now it's a conversation of start piling the consistency. I would love to see that, right? Because you have Nicaragua versus Jamaica here, and then in that same breath, next day you have, I think, a game that I'll be watching very curiously will be that Suriname versus Costa Rica matchup
Costa Rica.
because
Oh my God, I
it's the
can't wait. And that's on a
it's
better feel now. That's on a better feel.
and I'm not saying that I'm not even going to say this as a like this is where Suriname needs to show me something or they're nothing, but there's an extent where I'm looking at the game and saying I need to see something in this type of a game after the game they had where they fell to what was it Guadeloupe that they fell to.
Yes, yes,
in
yes.
the group. It's like, okay, now you're playing Costa Rica, a team that is both will both pass with you, but then can also give you that physicality as well. Show me something. Show me something here. And I think for me, I will take more from that game because that to me will be the determining factor as to how well I think they can do in World Cup qualifiers in this type of game because that's a team that you expect. Costa Rica is a team you expect to get out of World Cup qualifiers and get to the World Cup. You expect that team to do so. But to me, this is a game where for Suriname, it's a show me. I need to see something from this game, and I need to see something from them for me to say, okay, I feel a way about them, or I say, eh, they've taken a step, but maybe that leap won't come now. Maybe it'll come in
Yeah,
another
yeah.
cycle or not.
Totally.
But
That's way more respectable than Juras, you know? Yes.
yeah, so even with that, you have those games, Haiti, Aruba, and League B, Guyana, Guatemala will be intriguing, though I think Guatemala will take
And
it.
let me give some update here. Jamaica gained 6.37 points
Mhm.
from winning against Honduras. I am trying to look on how much they lost
With
by
the draw against
drawing with
Cuba.
Cuba. But I'm wait. I will give it to you soon. 1 second. Go ahead, pass. Africans. I'm just trying to get
Yeah, for the record, guys, my name's not Lansley Blake, but it's all right.
it.
JD knows his code. So he was like, okay, pass the. I mean, Africans speak
Okay,
as.
okay. We ended up, so that means we lost. We lost a
Mhm,
lot of points because we only gained plus 1.39 over
mhm,
these two matches. We gained 1.39. So that means we dropped 2 places. Now we're actually in 61 position, 61st position. So Jamaica dropped 2 places, and it could be down to 3 places because Republic of Ireland dropped 9 points, so they are a little bit below Jamaica. Yes, so they still fell. So that means that Cuba game really aren't Jamaica. I'm trying to look for the points that
mhm.
Cuba gained from the Jamaica match. Really wanted to see how much that draw counts as because Cuba is a very good team, but maybe they never ranked high. Yeah, why? That's Concacaf is so dodgy. You go ahead.
No, but so I mean, in terms of those matches, they are there. I didn't want to talk about the. I'll use the FIFA rankings just to transition a little bit into like the big four, I guess, for lack of better words, for Concacaf as we go into
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
discussion. But like any of these next matchups outside the Jamaica ones, we mentioned Suriname, Costa Rica. Any of the games here, are you keeping an interesting eye on just based off of that? You have game match day 3 here, and then match day 4, you have here where you have da, 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 da. Anytime Curacao plays, I'm just curious because Jamaica Honduras, the rematch, that's in Jamaica. That'll be an interesting one to keep an eye on. Trinidad, Cuba. Trinidad, please show me something. I expected more. I
All
had
right.
dreams for you, but you gave
So
me
what
none.
we're doing now? Predictions? Predictions
We could
ready?
do let's do predictions for at least match day 3. And
All
we'll do
right.
the big 3 that we talked about, right? So let's go Nicaragua versus Jamaica. How do you see that match, you guys, in the comments?
Nicaragua versus Jamaica. Ooh, that's a nice one. Um, I'm saying that Jamaica struggles in this game, but we still see because Nicaragua is a team between Cuba and Honduras.
Yes.
That is the perfect place to put them. So now I think we can express ourselves, but be mindful. Even though
Mm,
it's the first game, the travel is going to be tough. So that's going to work on against the guys. I'm looking for a 1-0, a one goal win. So if it's a 2-1, it's still a 1 goal win. So by a goal,
okay.
because I don't think they're gonna have the stamina level. All right. Why are you calling me J Diddy? Juras, why you don't stop that, bro? We're
Oh,
so I'm looking for a 1 goal win, a one
okay.
goal win. So whatever it is, it's gonna be one extra goal.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Drew Ross is giving a 4-0. JD's dog's going a 2-2. I'm going
2-2
with
tie.
like I think I'm going with like a 3-1 type of a game.
3-1, so a 2 goal extra.
Yeah. So
Two
I
goal
think
extra.
I think it's a tight. I think it's tight. Like it's a 2-1 for a while, then they ice the game away in like the 80th minute. a sub comes on and is able to put on some extra pace, make it around a fullback, and crosses the ball that misses the first striker, and then the winger who just kept running for no reason puts it away. That type of a game, right? A 3-1 where it looks good, they were comfortably, but then they had to sweat it at the end. I think that type of game for Nicaragua will happen. And so, knowing how I've just said, I mean, so it'll be Jamaica 3, Nicaragua 1. And because I predicted this, it'll end in a 1-1 draw because this is how things happen with me. So,
I think we're not so comfortable 2 goals ahead of Nicaragua. You know?
mm,
Yeah.
that's fair. Let me
All
plug
right. So,
in before I die. All right,
but
so that's
but
there.
yeah, you know what? I have my whole show. Yeah, Africans. Before we get into any other prediction, let we because I have my paper and written everything down here,
Yeah.
and I've not even talked on none of my topics, But that's
Well,
how
then
nice
talk
the
on your
show is.
topics. We have
That's how nice the
time.
show is. It's okay. Yeah, you have time. It is the 11 o'clock for me. You know what? Because I took a day off. You're taking a amount of time. It's okay.
Hey,
It's okay. I heard you. I heard you.
I
People, please
signed you
do
for
smash
so
a
many
like button.
hours.
Please smash a like button, share, and definitely subscribe. All
Yeah.
right. So, most impressive team in this window. All right.
Are we talking just Nations League? Are we talking
Yes,
everything?
no,
Okay.
we have to include the friendlies of the big dogs. We can't just be talking about
Oh,
all the small teams.
well, in that case, I mean, the answer I say humbly is um, Canada. I think Canada was the most impressive.
Canada was the most impressive team. I want to hear from people in the chat. Ooh, my most impressive team. Who I had here. So hold on, I never wrote it down. Oh God. All right, my most impressive team. Ooh, damn. I had three, I had three. First would have been Canada, 100%. Yes. So Canada. Second, I would have said Costa Rica.
I'll
And
give you
then the
that. Yeah.
third one, I would say, I got to give it to Jamaica. How am I looking? I gave Jamaica the third spot. I gave Jamaica the third spot. Yes. JD's dog, the island.
I well,
These guys are taking it to a different
these
level. All
these
right. So yes,
yeah,
so
but
guys, get it to 50 likes on the stream.
mm,
Share the video around. That's how people will find us. This is the place that we come and break down all the games and do post matches. So once you want to hear from me, this is where you're gonna find me. All right. Nowhere else on planet Earth.
all right.
Nowhere else. Yes.
Okay, apparently. Okay, so we got Chris Corneve says Canada was most impressive.
Yeah.
Jason, bless up to you. Yes, it is also a way too early. Jason, every one of our streams is is a buffet. We come in for one thing and then we'll talk about next thing. If this was tomorrow, we'd be watching the U20's third place game somehow, and
Yeah.
we'd be live streaming that. So it's a
Africans, they
vibe.
don't need to explain to no man. All right. Yeah. You
Yeah,
don't need to explain yourself.
it's
But
a
wait.
vibe. Okay,
You soon
but
see, he
I
will
know.
come
Don't
with this
worry.
way too early soon. You don't worry yourself, it's coming. Way too early, 4 o'clock in the morning. Way too early prediction.
If we
Jesus
had
Buddha.
those, don't worry, JD. Next, if we have a show, it'll be called the Funny Still. Way too early predictions, and we'll leave it at that. But okay, so we have that Canada here.
Oh,
We have
oh my God.
Drew Ross says Jamaica. Canada is a fraud, and soon we get figured out. Okay, well when we play a team that can pass out of the back, we'll be figured out. Until then, frauds. We are not. Canada most impressive. I'll put Canada getting the best of the U.S. Thank you for the subscribe, CC Labs. Don't know how it took me. Yeah, but big up yourself as well. There we go. A few laughters, but yeah, I think for me, I put. If you have to ask me to give you three, I would say I'd go with Canada.
I
I
don't
would.
know which. Hold on, CC. Oh God, I call my name. I never. Wrong name. Wrong name. Juras. Because I was never seeing the person. Omit that. Africans edit that out of the video. Yes. Live edit it out.
Live edits? Okay.
Live edit,
Okay.
yes. So, Juras, Canada beats United States and draw with Mexico. And you telling me that Jamaica was more impressive than Canada. We're supposed to can have a realistic conversation when we are in the safe spaces. Juras. Don't exit it. Because you have names
We're
and
gonna
coming.
call this. We're just gonna call this. If this is
No,
called a
no,
Thursday
no,
stream, now we're just
no.
gonna call it the safe space. This is
Safe
the safe
space, yeah.
space. The safe
So
space stream.
there is nowhere Jamaica going above Canada. That's disrespectful. I think Costa Rica was slightly better than Jamaica as well, and Jamaica gets third spot. You have a lot of other teams. Jamaica got in front of those teams. All right.
Mm.
Yes. So yeah. All right. So that was that. Africans, you should have let me read off my paper.
You
The
know.
vibes we have built a long time. Our
Okay.
top players in this window. Woo!
Okay. What's the? How many players are you giving me?
Should we include the top dogs? I mean this,
How many
or
players? Let's do for
top
Concacaf.
top top
Yeah.
three, top three.
Yeah. I think. I think. Okay. So top three players. I would say based
Give
on
me based on what you saw in the Concacaf, and then we can talk on the big teams. Because it's it's gonna be unfair if we're gonna just take out the big teams. Then
Mhm. I think for me, I there's a degree with this where I'm going to say in no particular order. I'm going to go the first, and this is just the games that I've watched. So please don't. I'm not going to speak on a game I didn't watch. So for me, I would say Ali Ahmed from Canada, Mikel Antonio from Jamaica, and then third, I would go because I watched a couple. I gotta go find goal scorers and
ooh,
games. I'm gonna go with. Hmm. I can I just say Suriname overall. Just some. I like.
no, 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 no,
I like the team.
no. Okay,
The
okay, all
players
right.
played good.
Fair enough. All right. So my first player on the list is actually from Suriname. Okay, so I made sure you not call that name because I was waiting for you to pass there. Messiadan is my first name. This man dribbling ability, good God. I think this man remind me of when I just saw what you call it, Damara Gray coming in the CONCACAF. And he did it, and it doesn't matter what pitch he's on. This man just decided that he's going to get a break leg. So Messiadan goes in for me 100%. I am going to put KC Palmer because his first game, but also when you put him deeper and give him an instruction, I'm going to put him there. All right.
Mm.
And then I have to go. I have to slide to one of the players of the window, Jonathan David,
Okay.
for Canada. That's my three, but I wanted to extend it to five because I have two other players that I should include.
Then give me
Because
your
I have
honorable mentions. Give them to me.
Mikel Antonio is right there. For me, Mikel Antonio is right there. For me, all right. Yes, Mikel Antonio is right there for me. Jamaica, I thought that he was very good. He was very good for both games. He did his job. Obviously, could have done it a little bit better. Yeah. And then for Costa Rica, I want let me give one player their true credit. One player because I wanted to give both. I wanted to give the entire team, but I have to be fair. All right. So their first game that they won 3-0 over my over Guadalupe, and it shows in the end.
Mhm.
Yes, this kid, I want to give him some credit. This kid named Alcacer, he was
Okay.
from the U20s. I think
Yeah.
he proves me that he's a solid baller. He kind of pushed past our boy in the deeper line midfield as well. All right, and now he's in the national team, and our boy is not even in it either. All right, Bennett. That's Jefferson. That's Bennett
Yeah, Jefferson
from
Bennett. Yeah.
yeah. I think he drops off a little, and Alcacer really pushed on. So I want to put him in it. So that's my 5 players that I had here. Some very good players coming through Concacaf, guys.
No, and that's fair. And you mentioned Costa Rica because I'm looking at them there, and they're playing this 3-4-3 work, and a player that we've talked about. I'm
Guys,
like,
it looks like Africans froze for a little bit, so I'm going to give him a little time to get himself sorted out. All right, 3 players: Messi and Antonio and Aru Zarina. All right, okay. Hope I don't butcher that name. He will be coming back soon. All right. Yeah, man. We had some beautiful football played over the time. And the good thing is a lot of these players are actually playing in Europe. They are playing in Europe, guys. And they are pushing a storm in Europe. All right. I like Blake's game. All right. All right. All right, so guys, we have not done well on the likes button. All right, I know sometimes you might can't like my behavior, but you have to respect my behavior. So respect our time and keep hitting the like button so we can get the visibility over here in the building. Subscribe to the channel. All right, Africans will be back. Africans conned me into 2 hours instead of one, but you have to put some likes on the video for it to feel good. All right, yes, man. All right, Africans does not have any super chat and those stuffs, so hitting the like button is always essential. All right, yes, and I think that what this channel does, it gives me the opportunity to express myself as to everything that I've watched. Because on the channels, you don't really get to talk about anything else aside from Jamaica, because most of the people they either don't watch it or they don't care at all. You understand me? Even if Jamaica will be playing the next team, because we tend to believe that we play ourselves every week, and that's not the case, you know. Yeah. So, yeah, man, definitely support it. Africans, one of my brethren in the space, in and around the Concacaf space, a long time. Yeah, and my duty is to make sure he reaches where he should, you know. Yeah, man, and we will be here to keep running it off and doing our job. All right, so I had more of my questions because I really planned out my thing here, but obviously, as what he said, one thing I knew that he learned before: when you come on these live streams, you tend to go where the crowd sends you rather than what you have on the paper. All right, Antonio, Blake, Palmer, for me, top players this window. All right. Jura said it's a vibe stream. All right. All right. No problem. No problem. Yeah, yeah. I want to delete the older stream so bad. Believe me, man. I'm gonna improve some things, man. You know, I'm not gonna let um nobody in Jamaica get me out like that anymore. You know. Yes, I am not going to show any emotion as it relates to Jamaica and the kids. You know. Yeah. I am done with the Jamaican kids. Yes. I am done trying to help the Jamaican kids, you know? Yes, let the men's in Jamaica take care of the kids them, you know? Yeah, they have the perfect solution for them, you know? Self-control, my brother. Honorable mention for last window, Calvo. Yeah, Calvo had a good little spell there. And Costa Rica just look dangerous, you know. Yeah, man. So I made sure to clear myself, you know. When I said I am done with them kids, is because I have to be fighting. If you had watched the video, I had to be fighting for real. Like I can't believe that I am the person that they said is not interested in Jamaica kids, but I have to be fighting them because I finally found what they love more than the Jamaican kids. They love a man, a popular man that's born in Jamaica. And that's what they love, you know. And the new name for that popular man is Obia Man. What I was saying, Aguilera, he won't succeed in a 3-4-3. Costa Rica need a 3-5-2. Well, time will tell. Time will tell. I will analyze Nicaragua team. See, do anything. So no more Manning Cup, Da Costa Cup streams. You know, if my mother takes me, I will try and do something, you know. But you soon see me start doing it, and then everyone say that I'm the best analyst in Manning Cup. Then you hear people start bad mind me and say, I fit them category and I come and bad mind them and take over the category. I can't bother with Jamaica contents to what you would call it, too rat racy. They don't want to help the kids. Everybody want to help themselves. Because when I came there pushing what I've learned in school to the people them to educate the people them, they said that I came to take over their category and I'm fighting against them. So they don't even want me to help the kids them. Every Obia man want all the money if we sell the kids them. Um Everybody just want to take advantage of the kids them. That's all I do know. That's all I do know. So I will just leave them to milk the kids them, you know.
Why? Why?
JD stats look decent. Yeah, man. I will learn. I will learn sometimes when it gets closer. Yes, yeah, Africans is back, guys. But I was
Okay.
just holding a vibes, telling them that
I
I
could hear
have
you the whole
retired, you know?
time, but I
Yes,
was trying
okay,
to
okay.
fix. So yeah, give me these questions here, since apparently I'm.
One bag of Diddy over here. Yeah, man. You know, one boy called me Diddy one time, you know, and from that time, I don't see him back here. The one named Richard Green. He does not come back. I've not seen him back. Maybe something is wrong with him or something, because in Jamaica people die like flies, man. So if I don't see a comment from the people them, I have to ask if they are still alive. That's the rate that people dies in Jamaica. Because even the other day I had a commenter, and a virgin that called me and cursed me out always. And then someone sent me a picture um that he died, and I said, but I never saw the guy for maybe like 3 weeks. But that's Jamaica for you, bro. That's a reality, So that's why I'm trying to convince two kids to do something good. That's why I thought I was doing something good, Africans, because I'm trying to take out one more kid to influence four more kids. But the ego of these men's, in Jamaica, they're just the best thing in the world, but they have no skills. They have nothing at all more than just their ego and to milk the kids. That's all. I'm tired of it. No, 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 not. I wish it was him that died. Yeah. Oh, sorry, sorry. I wish it was him that died.
My dreams of monetization just going down drains. Just one day I'll be monetized, but apparently not today. Oh man. Man,
Okay.
that's gonna be something. Okay, your questions, please. Let's get on this extra time
Okay.
here.
If
Okay.
I've watched such well, if I've watched, yeah, people, this is a freestyle period, so you just drop your questions, we answer it. If I've watched such well, I've watched such well 2 games. I've not kept up with the last few games, so I will go back and watch it. No problem. And since stats have no star, people saying they can't do it, but we attached to players and don't watch the team play. I'm telling you, the one thing that we say we don't love, I think we like them a lot more. So I'm telling you, the man thing that we say we don't like, I think is a whole heap of Diddy, a whole heap of Diddy inside Jamaica.
Look, I don't know.
Because in
Johnson and Johnson is
personality,
apparently Johnson and Johnson's apparently making
they're
killing
good.
out there.
They're good.
So we're gonna leave that there. But
Africans,
okay,
Africans,
eh,
it's a lot of Diddy is the biggest popularized persons in Jamaica. I saw some clips. They can't tell me that I'm lying. I am learning some of the names. Yeah, they are very popular in Jamaica. A lot of Diddy people. That's
um,
not nice, Diddy. Okay.
okay. So based off of that, we have we're gone. Um, just go to the who right now are your top five Concacaf teams. Let's just do this here. Or do you want to have more questions you want to run through?
No man, go ahead, go ahead. I finished my questions. I had some other talks on Canada, but because we're vibes in,
Yeah.
we do our thing.
Well, what are your thoughts on Canada? I feel like I want to talk about I want to talk about Canada a little bit now. I don't mind it. Let's give me your
Oh,
thoughts.
okay. But through the crowd, talking about different thing.
Yeah, they'll catch
CC
on.
said that I wear blank jersey for a reason. The only name on a jersey is mine's. So it's a blank jersey, but your name is on the jersey. That makes it no not blank anymore, right? Um, Africans, because
by
if something is on
definition,
it,
yeah, it just has
by
my name.
definition, okay,
Yes.
okay, all right. Let me leave. Let me leave CC alone. CC, I've watched your video. I've watched your video, CC. Every single line that you said in your video. All right, I've watched it, so you don't have to repeat your entire video here. Um, to me, I've watched the video. I put a like on your video. I was the third like on your video, CC. I've watched it religiously to listen to what you're saying. Yes, yes, Africans. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh
Yes.
no, I thought you wanted to ask me about Canada, so I was like, oh,
No, no, no. I because I was impressed with Jonathan David, Alfonso Davis, and Eustachio, but I could see where you were saying that Kyle Larry never fits in it.
mm.
I could see that he's still struggling with the pressing metrics in under this coach. So, are you guys going to tweak your system to get him out, or you're going to try give him the time?
I I think he's gonna ride it out with Laren for a little bit longer because this was not a bad window. This is probably Laren's best window, right? This is probably his best window overall. He looked good and lively against the U.S. and then Mexico. He basically had Canada's best chance. And I mean, you throw out a great save from the keeper. Like the man is snake bitten. You can't really do much about it. But I think he's a player that maybe you just give him like I've been on this more recently and more publicly on this. It's okay if you don't have competitive games, i.e., if you just have friendlies, which Canada's going to have. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, "Hey, you're fine. We're just going to give you this window off. We're going to go take a look at these players and kind of experiment differently." I don't think there's anything wrong with that with a Kyle Laren type of a player. I also don't know if I think based off what we've seen, I think Marsh is very much attached to that 4-2-2-2 because most people will think that can turn into a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1 effectively, where you just pair off and go. I don't necessarily hate it. I don't love it. I think three in the midfield really would do so much more for Canada, but the style of pressing he wants to go with, it'll go. But I think they should try another striker duo. That's not Tani Oluwasi. Or I know I said his name wrong. But I don't know if Tani is. I don't know if Tani is the answer as the next. I know based on how he's playing, people look at him as striker number three. To me, he's not striker three because if I think the players in the pool I like better. I think he fits. He's a player who's always around the goal, but just hasn't been able to finish at the international level. And I don't know if you should give. I don't know if I give him points for being in the right position and missing, or if I give him points for maybe scoring every once in a while, but being frustrating even more. So for me, I think you need to try another nine option, whether it's a Theo Bear who's in the league, or whether it's a Ike Ugbo who's back at Sheffield Sunday, like whoever it is, Jason Russell Rowe. I think honestly, out of the three, Russell Rowe might be the best one to pair with a Jonathan David because I think he has the mobility and he drifts out wide enough that he doesn't occupy that same space. So for me, I think that would be the interesting call. But I think they need to try something else at the nine because Laren, he's snake bitten. After a point, he wasn't effective. He had a good window, and I think Marsh will say, "Let's try this again." But I think they need to try another nine option up there, or just put a 10 up there and let David be up top by himself and occupy that space, and then maybe give another midfielder the space to occupy and work, and give your wingers a little bit more flexibility to come in on the inside. But that's what I would say for that. Let's just go through the vibes, guys. Throw the questions in. We'll go from there. Casey Palmer talk. Name of the guy, Berg. Jason, where is Ahmed most effective for Canada? I think it de- in this current iteration with who is injured, I think he's best suited out wide. I think if you're looking to project this roster in
1 second, Paul.
2026,
I'm coming. Yeah, 1 second.
yeah. I think if you look at if you look at him, I think he could be maybe a more offensively driven Richie Larea, a player where you can play anywhere up and down. And you'll notice this with Canada. There's a lot of fullbacks slash wingers who can be either fullbacks or wingers. There's there's a lot of Alfonso Davies types where they can play either further up the pitch or behind, but maybe aren't as effective or don't have the explosiveness that is. I think for me, for how the team is set up, he's better effective further up the pitch because I think he's a good option off the bench, assuming Tejan is healthy, to take him Tejan off at like 65 to 70 and then let Ahmed come onto the pitch and kind of move from there. So I think that would be my option for him. That's how I would say. I wouldn't say I'm on the crusade to bench him for a long time. I am just very I am sometimes emotionless when it comes to moving on from players because I don't know if a player can I don't see players maintaining a level for that long. And I'm a proponent of I'd rather get the best 90% of maybe of a lesser player than say an injured player or a declining one sometimes. And I'm looking at the program, I'm looking at 2026. To me, I would have been putting Laren into that role of like where say Lucas Cavallini was for Canada, where he maybe he's the first nine off the bench. He can come in, score a goal, and that's what you have to deal with. But that would be kind of how I look at where he is as a player and what he could and couldn't do. So for me, that's kind of where it is. CC saying my opinions and views are singular, okay, not with the hive. Well, thank you for giving that. Laren to Canada is let me have peace, Jason. Let me have peace. Yeah, yeah, I know that's a whole conversation, and I don't think there are two different players. IU is a much better player, but he does offer the same issues, which is where is he better suited? I do think Laren is better suited as his best season scoring in any league was when he was playing out wide as a winger at the Besiktas in Turkey, and he put up 20 plus goals. He was basically an inverted forward playing there. And so I think there is argument to say that that's where his best position is. The problem is, in which team are you saying where you have a healthy Ali Ahmed? Nope. He's not starting over. He shouldn't start over him. When you have a healthy Tejan Buchanan, nope, not starting over him. And so for me, it's a conversation more about is is he worth putting that over someone based off the system that they're playing? I think he is, to me, a player who, if you either have to give him the full reins as a nine, or you ask him to come off the bench as that big attacking, bullying nine, and that can kind of transition well and is willing to make those runs and chances. That's kind of how I would look at it for him. See Christmas saying some things. And okay, there we go. Commented at me. Big up Philberg. I don't know who Philberg is. Tactical, okay. Dixon was better than Jamal. Your views just Jamaican Doodle, okay. Da, da, da. I see no other Canadian striker better than him other than David. There are some coming up, but I don't think they are better yet. And I think that's also the problem. No one is performing there, which is why I think you still hear Canadians talking about Daniel Jebison and saying, hey, if he looks good in his move, you call him up immediately. That's why a lot of Canadians were saying, let's get a player like Santiago Lopez into the mix because he does fit more of that 10 profile. And maybe he can be a second striker, but that's more of that roaming 10. Or you say you push up a player like Ishmael Kone and say, let him kind of create and move from there. I think there's options and there's possibilities for that. But I think in terms of the nine, there's a lot more depth at the nine for Canada currently. I don't know, but there's a gap. There is a clear gap, right? You have David. Laren is the next one. But I think the gap between Laren and, say, Theo Bear and then Jason Russell Rowe and the Ike Ugbos, I think that gap is a lot smaller than people would like to think. And I think when we give those opportunities, they'll either sink or swim, and then you'll know, and then you kind of move on from there. So that's a lot of striker talk for Canada. But yeah, I think for that is why I kind of feel how I feel about Laren. I think he should be starting to transition to the nine, but there's also the degree with international football, and you kind of mentioned it earlier, JD. In order to replace someone, you need someone to outperform a player, whether that is that the player is declining or the player is ascending. But you need to be pushed out versus, say, just replaced. That's how I would look at it, and that's how I would operate with it. And that's kind of how I'm looking at it. This Christmas is asking this to Jason, but I think this is a fair conversation. JD, you still there?
Yes, I'm here. I wanted to ask because oh my God, I know this one. Go ahead, ask a question because I have one right here. This one, I've realized that you have some internet police, because a man sent me a clip of two individuals skydiving, trying to twist cross. I know that people in the chat because I saw them in the chat too as well when this argument came up of the great, legendary, the greatest defender of Jamaica, Damian Lowe. He got a he got a comedic double
Card.
yellow card. So um
That's
the
interesting.
YouTubers that's representing for the JFF at this point,
Ah,
I don't know if it's because they know these people, but good God, they just can't talk the truth. A man start make up mathematics. Simon, I am so disappointed in you, my brother. All right, yeah, man. You don't have to make up stories on the players, then, brother. We all have eyeballs. Damian Lowe is a walking red card. There's no other definition for it, and nobody will change their mind. And you can't fool nobody. All right. Certain things people will support, not even a support and not believe, All right. Yeah, man. This man is an edge player. Straight up. All right.
so the
Yeah.
question
So my
here,
question was to ask
yeah.
you, who is the wireless defender in the in the
What?
Concacaf?
What is what? Trying to get my subscribers to turn off.
No, 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 no. They're not gonna turn off because I want to see the one Juras eyeball, the one Nosage and them man there. I want to hear them comment now, and the one Jason Guna, because people will click this, So Jason Guna can't comment, Juras can't comment, none of them they can't comment.
See, here I wanted to have a safe conversation about best
Uh,
strikers, and you're just like,
okay, all
"Who's
right,
getting a red card?" And my response is, "I don't know.
no,
You
because
know the answer to
I
that
just
question."
can't. I don't see anybody as erratic as the individual, and I don't know what kind of so some of these people are the problem for Jamaica football. Me I tell you the truth, because the man them just try what not protect. We just not like it. What we don't want Jamaica win. Why we can't just start the truth? But tired of it, man. A Friday, me ever thought the truth, people. A Friday. I'm
I
tired of it, man.
cannot.
This man is a terrible man. Let we put a 2 point system in and pick the damn players in my fight, all right? And stop influence the damn selection with no bag of foolishness. All right? Watch the damn football games them and stop look friends. But tired of no. All right? Yeah, man. Go ahead now. Sorry, Africans, them are gonna clip it and send it back to the reporting station, because some of the fraud them love watch every video they put them. They are watching, yes. And
I
what is the question, JD? I ask you if Damien is a walking red card because I got a clip earlier and I'm telling you, I saw two a friend of mine, a dance, the tap dancing around and I make up a bag of stories when it make no sense. Like it doesn't make no sense. Period. All right. Yes. So let me. You don't have to answer it. See, Jura stop type. I peel off him, I laugh him no one type. And Nosage, I don't even know that if that is his real name. Him no one type, none at all either. Because he don't like the war. But I have to call it out if I see foolishness. Because the people say it to me, and I say, "Yo, dog, why the man them can't? The man them get sea lip. Yes, I just adore that joke. I just adore that joke. He had a good little spell there. But the way how Cranky was talking, like, Diamond is the greatest thing. I had to bring it back up. So that's the reason why I really brought it up, because through me and Cranky, if we go on a war, I just brought it up. Yeah, yeah. But Africans, you don't know about any other wild defenders in Concacaf.
I
Um,
Yeah, man. I know you're giving your kids some dinner. Yeah, man. You love the kids, them? Yes, I know. I know.
The vibes are strong with this book. People rewatch this like, who is this? Who are these people? And we are who we are.
No,
We are who we
they
are.
know we're talking. They know we're talking. You know. Yes, they
Yes,
want to
it's
do
true.
the top five wireless defender. Jason, that is the problem. He come off the fence. He come off the fence. The man is a walking damn red card. Period. All right.
And and,
Yes.
and
Don't spin
JD,
narrative.
JD,
Jason, you look at work.
JD, in Jason's
Africa, Jason
defense, in
work.
Jason's defense, he does walk with a yellow shirt, so that does count as one. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in theory, if he already come with the yellow shirts, just he's one card away to being what you say he is. So in
Yeah, yeah.
theory, someone's gonna clip
Because
this and be like,
all in the world, here the next one here, Boza is back. So you just need to score a goal, and that's it. Oh my god. Yeah,
well,
man,
I mean
Jason, I
that's
didn't want
every
to look at work. Yeah, two yellow card, no equal red card. I said walking yellow card, cards plural. No, no, you're pretending. You say it with the chest because they know them are gonna clip and cuss me. So you don't want to be in the cussing, all right? You don't want to go to uh, the cult and get beaten. The cult of have to speak a certain way. Low is a good Concacaf. He's not a walking red card. Yellow, yes. Nitro, I lie them I tell. Everything with them say lie. The man is a walking red card. The meaning of walking red card, just listen to the word. Not care what them say. Lie them I tell. Them have a top dance. All right? That's what I'm saying. We are not top dancers. We need no job. All right? We need no job. We talk the truth. These are walking red card. Yeah, have you ever, Nitro, answer this question. Be honest to yourself, people. Be honest to you guys self. Have you ever watched Damian Lowe and honestly believe that he's gonna come off that field without doing something that makes you believe that he's gonna get a red card? We have 35 people watching, 38 people watching. If you tell me no or yes, if you say yes, all right, let me hear what you have said. Let me hear what you have said. Only Ishmael would have come here and said, no, every time he plays, I feel good. Every time he plays, you feel like he's gonna get sent off. That is the exact meaning of the word Afrikaans. Nothing else. So I don't know why they felt so uncomfortable. He feels uncomfortable when Percy says it as well, yeah, for no reason, brother. You collect the most yellow cards per game, and you get a lot of red card for the games that you played. You get me? And you're not helping yourself, you know. So you're walking red card. So I had to say it, you know. Yes, and spice up the place, you know. Yes, D-Lo, deal one deal assertiveness matters. Okay, collecting red cards matters. Collecting yellow cards in every 50 minutes. Africans collecting yellow cards every 50 minutes matters because you have to show yourself. No, he looks rash, but the reality he is not. He has not had a lot of red cards. Nitro, do you know that you have something called the internet, Nitro? Do you know that you have something called the internet? You really sit down and listen to two people where already it benefits them to talk in the fashion of the player? Or you just go and check the player? What do you mean, man, have a lot of red card? Brother, stop lying to yourself, man, Nitro. The reason why you listen to me because me don't have no leash around me. It don't work. The man have a lot of red card, brother. Stop on the foolishness. All right, be honest to yourself, man. At least have a see an argument, brother. Man, I'm a red card, brother. We watch the games, them, and we watch football. And we watch the football match, them, Nitro. That's how I lose off of you. I tell you, I would have beaten you the other day, you know, because I've lost respect for you, Nitro, because you drink too much cocoa juice. Sorry about that, fans. Take over the show, big boss, you know, because I am going to fight with Nitro if you let me continue, you know.
For people wondering if I'm just sitting here confused and like, how did I get to the Jamaican space? No, it was always a risk, guys. But I love Jason's comment up here because
Give me
we're
that.
steering this back in. Top 5 strikers in CONCACAF right now. And I'm going to ask this question because we're talking about rash players or wild players. I'm going to ask this way. Who to you is the most disappointing CONCACAF player so far? Based on, and the criteria um, I'm using this criteria based off of the talent available versus the talent produced or the results produced. Who is your, and you can, I don't care if you want to blame injuries, you can blame injuries. If you want to blame the coach don't believe in him, blame it on that. But to you, who is your most disappointing CONCACAF player? And also give me your top 5 strikers for
My most
for CONCACAF.
disappointing
Yeah.
player. Ooh, that one is a tough one.
Nitro.
I will provide the documents to you right now. All right, don't worry yourself. I am just thinking about the most disappointing one. All right, the most disappointing one. All right, let me put up this right here. Um,
I would say you have more than one. Balagan, I think, is up there with the disappointment because I think that his performances is not just because he's not scoring, but also the performances as well. So Balagan would have been it, and Jimenez. Those are going to be the first two big ones. And then I would say Charlotte Baker got goals, but I think Charlotte Baker creates a lot of chances. So the big names, them Charlotte Baker would have been third on it as well. I expected more from him. And number one, Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey would be number one. Sorry, Leon Bailey one. Leon Bailey one, and everybody else down the line. All right, I forgot about Leon Bailey. So Leon Bailey one. Um, Jimenez second. Balagan third. Uh, Becker fourth. Who else I would put in it? I need. Who else I would put in it? Michael Antonio. I thought Michael Antonio had games. And then I would put Bobby Reed in it. Bobby Reed, I will put in it. Bobby Reed.
So that
Yes,
is
those are my
yours.
five.
Okay. So Jason saying Santi based off club form. We got Balogun showing up here. Balogun and Jimenez. Okay. Jimenez or Jimenez? Two different players.
Yes.
But yes, so we
With
have
the
there.
G, with the G,
So
not
G.
Jimenez.
Okay. Little,
Not
little
with the
G
G.
then. Okay. I don't think Balogun has been as bad as people think. I tend to agree, but I think he. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna go on a apologist campaign for the U.S. team, but I don't think Balogun has been as bad. I think the U.S. system is sucked. The best Balogun looked was against Canada in the Nations League finals, where they just played basically count. They gave Canada the ball and said, "We when we take it, we're scoring," and they did it whenever they wanted to. Okay, someone's gonna say Boza. Where are the names? Where are the names? Where are the names? Damari Gray for Jamaica is disappointing. Okay. For this year,
Disappointed, brother. You're a madman, brother.
Musa, okay. CONCACAF, but that's
Yellow,
okay. Okay.
red, red.
Okay, there. I'm surprised no one has said ooh, da, 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 da.
Saying that man agrees this surviving for Jamaica, I start to take can't take it serious. All right, at all.
Um everyone's favorite knows more about their parents than the player. Gio Reyna is disappointing to me.
Gio
Gio
Reyna
Reyna,
is
Gio
disappointing.
Reyna is disappointing to me.
Okay.
I don't see like he's a player, and you can say it's injuries, and to the point, and it's disappointing because I forget who said this, but I heard this statement like when I was listening to different younger, and someone said when you're looking at injuries, I'm going to paraphrase it because I don't have the right one. Soft tissue is on you, and but then muscles and big things that could be on training regimen. So for me, I have a bit of a bias. Whenever I start to see a lot of soft tissue injuries, that to me is diet, that to me is training, that to me is all things that you are in control of. And so when I read and I see Reyna has another hamstring injury or he has another this or that, my first thought is that's you something that is in your control, you aren't doing. whether that's fair, whether that's scientific. But whenever I see a pile of hamstring injuries, pile of those soft tissue injuries, that's on you. And so for me, I look at Reina and I've seen nothing but soft tissue injuries, and I'm like, that's on you, sir. That is on you. That is on you, and you need to. That it's something that is in your control. If it's hey, you pull your ACL one time, okay. You break a leg here, that's something. But if I keep on hearing hamstring, soft tissue injuries, things of that nature, I tend to start to think that is on you, the player. And then everything else you hear about everything around him, it's for the talent that you see that is available. I don't think I'm not saying that I've been more disappointed, but he to me is he's a disappointing player for the US. Everyone else in the US, I think, are properly rated. But for me, he's that. And yeah, he's someone that I also thought about this because when those injuries came in, I was like, that's rest, that's diet, that's recovery, that's training, that's proper mobility. That's things that you as a player can control. And so when I hear soft tissue injuries, I always look at the player and say, that is something that they should have gone and fixed. And I think that is somewhere we look. Musa, different
Nice.
form, and for club and international, Musa's not a starter for where he is. So with someone who's not getting consistent minutes, your form is going to be inconsistent, right? You can have the same, they're not the same player, but you can have the same conversation with a player like Stephen Eustachio. He's not really playing consistently for Porto. And so his consistency is waning. So does that make him disappointing? He just needs minutes. He needs minutes in that sense. So I think that for me is where I kind of go. Can't say fit. There we go. Same with Leon. What is going on with Geo? That is fair. One. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Caribbean rivers and seas. Not sure what we're going to do there. And guys, if you haven't already, give me your top 5 strikers for Concacaf at this moment. I know Jason put his up there. JD, I'm going to hold you to that as well. Who are your top 5 strikers currently that you're seeing beginning of the
Oh, top
season?
five strikers. Top five
Yes.
strikers. Okay. Africans, it can't. People
I'm, I'm,
ask every questions.
I'm gonna wrap. Don't
Who's
worry.
asking that question?
No, Chris Smith asked Jason, then he asked us. So I don't mind the question because I'm gonna find his comment again and put it up there. But yes, guys,
Can you remove that brother named Travis Purcell from this stream, my brother? Because he's coming here disrespecting people. And nobody sees him. All right. Yes, let's remove him.
All right, well,
if you can, because I never even noticed that he's here because I never paid him any mind. You know? Yeah.
There you are. Top 5 strikers in CONCACAF.
Top 5 strikers in the CONCACAF.
Yeah, so Jason gave us Ugalde, Antonio, David, Balogun, Jimenez, in no order. I'm gonna call you now, Jason. Put them in order.
All right. I'm a YouTuber. I can't just block this clown from your channel, brother, because here he's out here trying to disrespect people. Telling me about my mother. So just block this clown. This is a puppy show on the internet. One of these dunce Jamaicans that can't comprehend. That is Travis Pessoa. So just remove him from the channel. Just block him from your channel. I am telling you, you're not losing one follower from blocking him. Yes.
All right. So with that being the case, yes, Jason, we will put them in. I'll put them in order for where they are. I don't mind that. I'm going to go with what's it called? I'm going to go with.
All right. So first, number 1,
yeah.
Jonathan David. That's what I'm going. Jonathan David. Jonathan. Oh, Africans is not here. Jonathan David.
I'm here.
Jonathan David. David, number 1. We have to give the kid him credit. 3 years running, he's leading the charge. When we saw Balogun, we saw Jimenez, we expected to see some things like them pushing on to the next level. Jonathan David took the lead. So Jonathan David won. Ooh, number 2. Ooh, this is tough. This is tough, But my goodness, because that I think that I am going to still go for not Santiago. I'm going to go for my boy at Fulham, natural goal scorer Jimenez. I'm
Okay.
going to take him. I think he's still good enough. I saw him causing problems. CC have him. All right, then I'm not going to take him again. I'm going to. It's tough, because Ugalde is not a bad player. He's playing in good leagues as well.
Mhm.
But how much seasons? How you base this now? How much, do we have to put it on a yearly scale?
Do I say it based off current form? Go off current form. Let's not. This is not a lifetime achievement award. Go off
All right,
current form.
current form, Jonathan David still goes number 1.
Mhm.
He still goes number 1. All right, Ugalde would be going number 2 for me.
Okay.
Ugalde would be going a number 2 for me. I think he's a solid player. Then we have Jimenez. Jimenez would be going the Fulham version.
Mhm.
So for persons, Jimenez going for me, because I think Jimenez is still better than Santiago. Then Balogun, I'm going to put Santiago up. Oh, no. Santiago, I'm still going to put Santiago over Santiago, and then I'm going to put Mikel Antonio.
Okay.
So current form, what I like, Mikel Antonio gets 5th because obviously the goal scoring not coming to that level. It says recent. African said his criteria is recent. All right. Yes. So and then Balogun would have been at 6th position. 6th position, I would put Balogun.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't make my top 5 for me. I'm very sorry.
Fair enough.
Yes. So David first, Ugale second based on form. Jimenez, Santiago as well, Mikel Antonio for the top 5. That's my top 5.
Okay. I can take that. I would go David 1.
Captain Jamaica disrespect? No, I've not put the man says recent form. All right. Africans, go ahead, because you want
I
me.
see. No, I'm swimming with Aki and Selfish. Someone give me some red stripe at this point because we're in it. We are just in it. I think so. David 1, 2, expanded to 10. No, because now you're just see you just want to know where
No.
Rosa is.
We have
That's all you
80
want to
more
know.
minutes. My lady is home. I have 80 more
Yes,
minutes. All
fair
right,
enough.
I can't do. But Africans take an hour, and you see, Africans made madman finding way to his channel to come and disrespect me. You understand me? Yes. So if we had stopped it at 1 hour, madman wouldn't find his way here. You understand?
I can't believe you guys. Okay, so I'm going. So David 1. Based off of value, it should be Santi Jimenez, but I don't see it at the national level, and that's a bit of a combination of him as well as the team. So I'm going to go with. Uh, I'm going to put him at 2 because I don't see anyone else producing. I'm going to go. I'm going to go with Antonio 2 because I don't see the work rate is consistent with him, and I don't see the production and for both sides. So I'm going David 1, Antonio 2. I'm gonna go then. Balogun hasn't been as bad as people think he has been. I just think the teams that he's played with have not fed him. So I'm gonna go with Balogun 3. I'm gonna go with Santi Jimenez 4, and then I'm gonna go for
Mhm.
5. I'll put Ugalde because the move is there, and I just want to see more consistency.
So we have
So
Mikel Antonio.
I put him at 2.
2. Okay. You might become more Jamaican. You tend to take it away, my Jamaican license.
I don't.
What's this one?
JD, I've
Uh,
seen it. I don't want to
running,
deal.
running to put Anthony at two. No, no, no. Anthony ain't better than Ugale today. You know, yes. And current form, no. Ugale, I am giving it to the kid. All right,
I
you have to
think
do your
based off
thing.
of form, like you
Yes,
cannot deny his work rate for what
yes.
Antonio club
And
and country.
that's why I put him ahead of Antonio, because I never said Shamar Nicholson. You understand me? I said Ugale because of the scoring. He
Mm.
gives him a similar work rate. He's stronger. One is stronger. That is true, because one is bigger. You understand me? But I'm not killing anybody that gives him it, you know? Yes.
Yes, he doesn't count until he's in the kit. So that's good for him. Good for him on that end. But he doesn't
Yes,
count
he is
in clean
JD. Levels to this Russian league, not equal to the JPL. All right.
to the EPL. But yes, okay, there we go. He's playing for Monaco, one of the biggest transfer. He's not producing. True, but I think I've seen more of his. I've seen more of him being active and alert in the play at club and at country. I don't like what do you do with that last window if you're a US fan. That team didn't care. And that's on the players. You can say everything, but like that's on the player. So am I going to blame a player who is dependent on service when no one wants to give him service and that's his fault at the national team level? No. At the club level, I will agree with you. But I think overall that is fair. And that's a fair way to look at it, but that's my reasoning with it. So that's fine. Okay. Boza has a good
Um,
scoring yard rate. I said this years ago, and I'm going to say this. Boza to me is a poor man's Kyle Aaron.
well, Kyle Aaron scored a lot of goals, as both of them score a lot of goals, but yeah.
I don't tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. He's a poor man's Kyle
No,
Aaron.
man.
The
I think it,
consistency.
let me type in Kyle Aaron, because Kyle Aaron scored a lot of goals for Canada, man. You know, both score a lot of goals as well. So I can't. You
He is the
know, but
same type of
Kyle Aaron
player.
seems like he was carrying Canada at one point, you know.
He to
And
me, they're the same type of player, the same profile
yes,
player, the
I agree,
same
I agree.
consistency type of a player. So to me, I'm not going to die on this hill, but I'm very comfortable on it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get everything here. 75 a game, 29 goals.
That's Laren.
Yeah, 3 assists. Okay, I thought he had more goals in
No,
that time, you know. But that's still a lot, don't? How much Shamar has? How much Shamar
Shamar
has?
is
But he did well. He did decent, because he was closing on to what 30 had contribution. I'll
Shamar is
take a poor man's
54-19.
Kyle Aaron eliminating Canada still. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know that comment was coming. I know that comment was coming, and that's fine. Enjoy your 17 minutes. Like enjoy your 17. Like
Okay, someone said I should love Jamaica. Oh my god. Jesus God. So I should just pick up the ball and then not care what. Remember Michael Antonio, my baller. The man that just come and tell me about my mother is because through him say we love overseas players. So if we put the overseas players at fifth, that tells you that means we should have been non-biased Africans. Which side we need to pick? Because if we pick the overseas players, if we play for Jamaica, we don't like Jamaica. And if we put the overseas players them at fifth in a rating, we don't like Jamaica. Oh, I don't know. I'm confused. Africans, please help me.
what do you? Someone Jason said it earlier. Are you trying to rebuild? Are you trying to build a system? Or are you trying to reproduce the anomaly? So there's like he said it, and I was just like, I'm so glad. But like to me, that's the reality. With look from the outside, looking at Jamaica, listening to the conversations, it's anomaly building. It's anomaly. You're trying to. You sound like those. You use a comic book. You guys sound like those people who are trying to recreate the experiments that created a
Yes, man.
superhero. And it's like,
1998, and we need to draw 1-1 with Mexico again, you know? So we need to find everybody we can't play football to the level and just keep on trying it till it happens. And then
mhm,
keep again, and then we keep a big dance when it actually happens. Yes,
yeah.
that's the truth, you know?
And the first time I'm not going to credit Jason Ficuna for something, Yeah, because I've not given him credit for nothing,
And Jason
Uh,
on transfer market, he's at 54 and 19. So 54 games and 19 goals.
54 and 19. Okay. And Kyler in there
54 and
75 and
29.
29.
Yeah.
That Kyler is doing good then, He's doing
Yeah.
good. JD, tell Europe we want all goals. Okay. All right. Pearl, what? Choppings or
I don't know what's
chopping?
going
What?
on.
I
We are
don't.
deep. We are deep into
Caribbean
this
Sea. Yeah,
Jamaican.
I think the 11 more minutes. I don't know. And
Fair.
Caribbean Sea, please write normal so every other human beings across the world can understand you. What are you saying, JD? Tell Europe we want all goals, diamond, pearls,
I,
um, artifacts, or choppings. Oh my God.
okay.
Africans, don't try and read
Nope.
that one.
I'm. Yeah, I knew this was coming. I knew this someone would come up with this comment. So CZ, thank you for making my day for my
Kyle Laren
internal
is a poor
predictions.
man's boza. Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, you can make the argument they're effectively the same player, but ooh, here's a fun one that no one's going to enjoy this conversation, but we're going to have it. Which player for anyone is more so the player that they will be versus then hoping? Because this is all based off that Boza conversation today. I was like, he's pretty much what he's going to be, and for me, I think there are players that you're just like, I'm looking, I'm like, no, they're pretty much what they are. I don't see that big of a difference. Like Timothy Way, I think is going to be that type of a player. We're going. I don't think he's on a lower team. He can start, but on most teams, he's probably going to be used as a utility everywhere. Right. I have thoughts where I'm like, I think Tajon Buchanan may be more closer to the player that he is right
Yeah.
now than say when he was moving. Right.
Okay.
I think you're right, and so there's conversations where I'm looking at players and I'm like, ooh, I think Shamar Nicholson is effectively what he is. He might have an outlier season where he's able to put it all together, a la the Kyle Laren at Besiktas,
I,
27
I,
plus goals. But I
I
think
thought
he is what he is.
maybe that time came and went. And maybe
Mm.
that time was in Belgium. Big bless up Caribbean rivers and sea. Yeah, man, big up yourself. My name is JD. Why is it you guys keep giving me different names? JD. It's very simple.
True. But no, like I think it's interesting to look at it for that. So like I find like some players, I find that we hold on to them a bit, and I'm harsh like that. I'll look at a
Mm-hmm.
player and say, I don't know if there's much more for what they are versus playing them and hoping they'll get something more out of it. To me, I will look at a player and be like, okay. After about 4 times I've seen them, to me, I'm like, this is what you are. Whether it's fair or not, it's harsh. But after 4 times, I'm like, this is what you continue to be. That's fine. Is this you? I need you to be either a 9. I need you to be on the starting bench. I need you. I don't care. You are what you are to me. And so when I look at players, it's harsh, but I am just like, we are where we are. We are. I could keep trying to keep this going, but at this point, again, I'm gonna take your likes and your hours, and we're gonna call it a day
No,
because
because I don't know what's going on.
we
We
clearly
start
know
the stream.
90. We clearly
Eh?
know 90 minutes is like the optimum amount of time.
Yeah, and then
Once
you
we
see
get to
people start popping
91
up.
minutes, it's just
No,
like,
but
ooh,
Africans, the surprising thing, I am not the one spazzing out. It's the comment section spazzing out. So
yeah.
you see, that's not. I am not the problem. It's them. After 90 minutes, they just laying you sell out. Oh my god! All right, yeah, Africans, finish up the convo. And
I
then
saw Laren in Belgium and Boza in Belgium. Boza was better with playing at the same level, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I think.
oh, is that? How long Lauren spent in Belgium for
Well,
him
let's
to
find
say
out.
that?
Well, it's his opinion.
Okay, all right. Now I'm just trying to figure him out how he looks at it.
2 years of difference. When was he was at Club Brugge? Yep. For
Yeah.
whoa,
So how much goals he got there? for him to say
Yeah,
that.
barely any goals.
Let me try. Let me see how much games he actually played. So
The-
because
the-
sometimes CC says things I have to really check in on it because I'm not sure he's going to be accurate here, but I have to just let him speak. Yeah, because CC. All right, so Jupiler Pro League, Jupiler Pro League in 2019-2020, man played 29 games, and scored 7 goals and had 10 assists. That's one season right here, right?
yeah,
That's in
17 goal
2019
contribution.
2020. So that's 17 goals contribution, just walked into a league and got that
Yeah. Hmm.
in 29 games. That's not impressive.
No, that's good.
So why would you say that, you know?
Where he's entitled to his opinion. I'm not saying he's more right or more wrong, but I understand why he would make that admit. He looked at a player, and that's there's also a bit of a fallacy when it comes to like when you look at one player in one league and you look at another player in another league, and they say
Let me go for let me see what
Shamar did.
Shamar did in the first season. I know you're gonna say that a team that one played for, because that's where you're gonna get the comparison. You see, no, you see Africans. Why we have videos that are 16 hours long and 25 hours long, you know?
Because we must find all the details,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
because
details.
no, because anytime the person that they don't like or they're trying to fight against doesn't match up because they don't check the facts before, they actually go after when you are pointing it out, So I will just check it to see. Oh my god. Mm, oh Lord.
Both
Let me
players
check
are
it.
similar. I think Kyle is more clinical than Shamar. But again, and yeah, I think both players similar. I think Kyle's more similar, but style of play, the type of systems that they be most effective in, all those things. I even to the point where I think Shamar is better off as a inverted forward, inverted winger coming in into that space versus an out and out nine. And where you look at Laren, and that's where he had his most success at the club. They are similar. Laren, 38 games, 8 goals, 10 assists in the Belgian Pro League, and then
I go for the season, what I've said, and that's what I saw.
mm, and that is
And
fair.
Shamar played 76 games and scored 10 goals. And let me get the seasons. Yeah, me not even find the metrics to the metrics, but I saw 29, so I said 29. I don't need to listen to Jason. He
Fine.
wants to change the metrics to fit his narrative. The first year for Shamar played 25 games, scored 8 goals and had 1 assist.
Mm.
That's what I'm looking for, Jason. You can't twist the narrative. So both of them walked in. And one did better than one. So let me be honest to ourselves. All right. The next one does not play as much games. Mr. Jason Muna. Stop finding narratives. Kyle Aaron had 7 goals and 5 assists in 29 games. Oh my God. So let me go back again. Let me go back again and find it because Jesus God. Let me go back again and find it. Jesus God. All right. So
Both of
Jupiler
them will
Pro
be better.
League.
I
Jupiler Pro League, 19,
mm,
19 to 20. He had played 29 games, scored 7 goals and 10 assists. That's what he scored. All right. I
yeah.
don't know where you get the 5 assists from. It says the man scored 20. The man scored 17 goals. A man have 17 goals contribution in 29 games. That is his first season, CC. I can't make up any stories. I saw assists here. So unless it's the site is just lying. Then
What side are you using?
his second spell, transfer market, his second spell,
Okay, yeah.
he played 1 game. He played 9 games and scored 1 goal. Jason trying to add both of them so he can draw down the man. When I've said it's a first spell I'm looking at because that's what we are questioning.
All right, and I'm just saying he has 17 goals contribution just walking in there. That is good. That is a bogus 10 assists. Okay. All right, let me pull it up and see. Let me go somewhere else to see. Jesus God. All right. And whenever you finish Africans, I am okay. I am okay.
I have my ending ready to go, JD. Whenever you're
Hold
ready.
on. All right. Because CC, I'm telling you, man, CC just want to war with for reasons, even things I don't know how I end up in this fight with CC. All right, where is the? I don't know. This guy is something else. On.
we
Belgian
we
Super League.
we
We
are
don't
off
want
the
that.
rails at this point, guys. We
Pro
are we
League.
are not
Pro
we are
League.
traveling down a ferret hole, and there is no
All right.
parachute, guys.
Even for the Pro League, Saka Sofa only have just the 7 goals. Just the 7 goals.
Meh, 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 meh.
All right, I just saw the 7 goals on Saka so far. They don't even add assists and nothing. They just said he had 7 goals in 29 games. All right, that's it. So I'm not gonna argue with you. If it says it's the next 5 is bogus, yes, just add the next 5 to Shaman and make as a total, and they are the best things since sliced bread. I am okay with that. I will just take it. Yes, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Africans. We have done a good job. I think we have done a good job. Hope you guys like it. I know I gave a lot of trouble. Ruffles some of you guys feather,
Yeah.
because a lot of you guys might be upset. I saw a man got upset, and came in disrespecting us and all them stuff there. That that you're doing a good job.
True, 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 true. But yeah, with that, guys, we'll be back here on a weekend date, probably
A
a
weekend
Thursday.
date.
No,
But
but no, like near the weekend, like a Thursday or a Friday. That's where my
okay,
weekend
okay.
starts. It's because the
I'm
week
gonna
is
be.
ending. Then it's not ended; it is ending.
I thought you meant you're coming back Saturday. Okay, okay.
Ah, yeah, JD. I gave 3 appearances last week. This last weekend. That's my October. I need to disappear for October. No. We'll be back here on next week, Thursday or Friday, and we'll just kind of go through that. Talk a little bit more. We'll probably be able to talk about the FIFA U20s as they'll be
Yes,
complete.
yes, yes.
We'll be able to
Yeah.
talk about the upcoming window because we'll be close to that. Some of the rosters will be dropping for that, so we'll be able to talk a little bit about that and just overall the conversations. But guys, thank you for being here for 2 hours. I did not expect. I am putting in inconsistent hours, Jason. Okay, my hours are consistently inconsistent, and I think that's my consistency. It's lovely. But yes, we'll be back here Thursday, and we'll be back here every Thursday. Or if it's not a Thursday, it'll be a Friday. But we'll be here and we'll be talking, guys. And yeah, you'll see me around different things. Talking all manner of African or Canadian football, mainly Canadian now because, as you know, Ghana doesn't have a pitch to play on. So
Africa is very big, Africans. You just need to come and support me. You're covering African content, but you always find a way to, I just leave you alone. But I will be present, people. I am committed to the cause. I don't just tell people things and don't turn up. All right? Yes.
I will
But
not.
from that,
I
from that,
I will not take this slander. My
all right, all
consistency
right.
has been consistent.
All right, all right. So
Recently, I have been consistent.
all right, so people, Africans being consistent, I don't believe it, but yeah, yeah.
Big game. JD, I'll leave you to finish this off. Any predictions for that
No, he's
matchup?
talking to you. He's talking to you.
Oh,
He's
for
talking
me?
to you, not me at
Oh,
all.
for me, I think the citizens do it because um, if Arsenal tries to have a party in the midfield, I don't trust it. So I'm gonna go with the citizens in that one. That is my prediction. 10-hour stream? No, I
10
don't. I
hours
don't play.
stream?
I don't play FIFA and have one good turn. Okay, no, that's not me. That is not me.
Oh, yeah, we ain't that suffering to do 10 hour streams.
You have to give me $1 billion for me to do 10-hour streams.
I don't need to make Canada great on the FIFA. I don't need you guys to
My
see how
lady would be
terrible.
so upset. My lady would be so upset, Africans, if I'm doing a 10-hour stream. For what reason? And sometimes she don't even want me to come on this internet thingy. but 10-hour stream. What life can I have to be doing 10-hour streams? You know? Yeah.
Fair. I will still go. Yes, party a bench. Cool.
Yeah, my
I'll still go
God.
with the Citizens. The Citizens 2-1. There's my score prediction.
The only person I expect to do a 10-hour stream is Jason Guna, you know? But he's not going to do a 10-hour stream. He acts like he can do a 10-hour stream, Africans, because he loves to talk about he has 24 and 48 hours, you know?
Some of us are blessed that way.
He
I am
can't.
not.
I don't even think he would be doing a 10-hour stream either. Even though he loves those conversations, you know, 10-hour streams. Oh my God. Oh, he said it's not gonna happen. Oh my God. All right. I no people. This is the big game coming up. You know, let me see the odds. Let me see the odds, Africans. Let me see the odds.
For that game?
1.7 or
Okay.
1.7 to 4.75. That's nice. That's nice. A +3 boost for the Citizens to beat down the
I
team
just
that
said
we should not name.
I said 2-1. I said 2-1. Nathan Ake and Kevin De Bruyne with the goals, and then Starboy Saka with a goal for the Gunners, but they'll be gunning short. So
I
that is
say
my prediction.
Savinho gets a goal. Haaland gets 3 goals. Giddy Master Doku gets a goal. And Kevin De Bruyne, if he's fit, because he went down a little bit injured, might get an assist. And Rodri gets an assist. And Jasko Vardial overlaps to get an assist. 5-0 destruction.
I said 2-1 in a typical Arsenal Citizens game. So that's where it is. And guys, we'll wrap it up there. I will talk about everything else except for my pain. Guys, if you see me live, wish me luck. Wish me to enjoy Wolverhampton in the Prem for one final season, guys. We're going down. We're going down. Let me tell you, Wolves are going down.
Wolves not going nowhere. Wolves is just the next level of bright.
Anyone who's in the championship, tell me about these teams. Is Preston North End going to be a problem when we're there next year? Wolves are going down. Maybe I'll do championship streams then.
People, let me tell you the time. Let me give you the countdown. Oh God. Okay, so I have to wait too long. In the first 15 minutes, Alan scores a goal on Arsenal. First 15 minutes. Yes, KDB is injured, Miracle, but he might be coming back tomorrow. It's Arsenal. He turns up for Arsenal. Once he's on the field, you expect an assist or goal. Arsenal is like an average team. KDB, I think he scores the most goals and assists against Arsenal. Let's turn up this. Sorry, this is Arsenal. It's nothing. You know? I'm very sorry, Arsenal fans, but if KDB, believe me, if it's KDB, you don't even bother watch the game. Just pack up and just act like you never had this game, Africans. You understand me? They just need to do those things. Just pass it like it was not a game. Just say, all right, then who will play next? Just go to that game. This man is lying. I never said it. Arsenal is an average team, you know. What did I say, Africans? I said KDB thinks Arsenal is an average team. Want to play Arsenal? Just give him his 2 assists and his 1 goal, Africans. So anybody else get the next goal, it's an embarrassment.
Jason is still asking for another prediction.
It still has PTSD when the big bad KDB turns up sliding balls in the back of the net. Yeah, but tell you what, leave it alone. I said I'm not giving any prediction, so I'm feeling too nice, you know. Yeah.
All right, guys, with that, we will wrap it up officially. 2 hours and appreciate the support and love. Appreciate that, guys. We'll be back here next Thursday or Friday talking all things CONCACAF a little bit of Africa because we do need to talk about AFCON at that point. So we'll go an hour, a tight hour, which will turn to 80 minutes. 80 minutes. We'll go 80 minutes. So we'll start earlier. We'll start earlier next week. We can't be stopped. All right, guys. We'll be there. See you guys next time. Good night, everyone. Thank you again.
You're gonna be crying, Africans, when we're back. Believe me.
Oh, I know.
They're gonna be beating me up.
Listen, I'm already. I've cried already for Wolves. So tell me, guys. Tell me about Preston North End. Tell me about Bournemouth. Is Bournemouth going to be still there again, or do we have to face someone else? Leeds? Can we beat Leeds? I don't know, but we'll find out. All right, guys. We'll wrap it up here.